Before we get into your home runs, Waz talked a lot about how the staff recruited you really hard out of high school. What was, I don't know if we've broken down that process. What was that like for you out of high school with Oregon coming after you?
Yeah, great. I mean, I felt like I was able to build a relationship with Martyr and Waz. I went to Arkansas. They kind of stole my heart, I guess you can say. I don't know, maybe it was going to the SEC or whatever it was out of high school, but built a good relationship with him and Martyr, and I was able to use that in the transfer portal this past summer. And so I feel like that's the biggest thing with coaches. I mean, I think they understand that they're not going to get everyone or whatever it is, but I think just building that relationship and kind of just going from there is important. So,
where have you seen your biggest developments this year, like specifically with the staff here?
Yeah, good question. I feel like with Martyr, I've worked a lot on my swing. He works really hard. I work just as hard, I think, and we kind of just have had little things that we've worked on. Some have worked, some haven't, but I feel like the biggest thing for me was kind of the mental side of it, being able to go up there and flush striking out or whatever the case is, flush failure, and just continue to get better. So I feel like the mental side was definitely more important so far. So
I think both of your home runs came off change-ups. How have you been able to, were they both change-ups to start?
We had this debate, actually. I think the first one was a slider, and then I think the second one was a change-up. So
we had the same debate in the press box.
Yeah.
We were seeing
That's
things.
Awesome.
Just like kind of further talking your development where you're able to hit 2 off speeds for home runs. Just where have you kind of, because earlier in the season you were striking out against a lot of off speeds. Just what have you been trying to work on with trying to hit off speeds?
Yeah, great question. I mean, just shifting my approach a little bit. Just kind of, that's the biggest thing I feel like. I know kind of now I'm not going to get as many fastballs, I guess you can say. There's a scouting report. I mean, we kind of know a little bit. And so I know I can hit the off-speed pitch. I feel confident in hitting any pitch, really. So I just feel like just shifting my approach a little more the other way or whatever it is up the middle allows me to be on time for the fastball and then be able to react to any other off-speed pitch. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. Previously in the season, I'll take big swings with 2 strikes, and I feel like now I'm just shortening up and trying to put a good swing on the ball instead of a big power swing. So that's the biggest thing I'd say.
Speaking of big swings, you go up for your last at bat.
Yeah.
Strike one is a massive swing.
Yeah.
What was the confidence level stepping in there late after hitting 2 balls to the parking lot?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. I mean, I knew I was gonna get maybe 1 fastball that at bat or maybe 1 pitch to hit, and it looked good out of his hand. I think it ended up being like at my head or whatever it was, but I don't know. I just felt like, I was antsy, I guess you can say. Took a pretty big swing, and then I was able to calm myself down a little bit, regroup, and get back in a rhythm. And then I think I drew a walk after that, so that was big.
Does the pressure come off a little bit for the game in general after the first bomb?
I guess you can say that. I feel like a lot of the time after you hit a home run, if you kind of get too confident, that's when you start struggling a little bit. I feel like, my dad has always told me, if you hit a home run, lay a bunt down or hit a ground ball up the middle or whatever it is, it kind of just keeps you grounded. Just get back in the rhythm of things and try not to get too big. So
it's 4 home runs now in the last 3 games, obviously 2 tonight. How do you feel at the plate? Is it just like it's the best thing on earth right now?
I guess you can say that. I mean, I feel like we're facing good pitchers still. I just feel like with my approach right now and confidence and the stuff I'm working on in the cages and at practice and stuff is paying off, and I think there's still room for improvement, so that's the biggest thing.
With your second multi-homer game of the season, what's kind of the approach in your mind? Can you kind of describe that process, especially when it's a long at-bat like the first one tonight?
Yeah, great question. I mean, right now, I feel like the approach is just to put a good swing on the ball, make hard contact, find a barrel, I guess you can say. By doing that, if you catch it clean, you get a base hit. If you miss-hit it, the ball flies and it's a home run, especially now that it's warmer here in Eugene or wherever, the warm weather. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, just be on time for the fastball and just put a nice good swing on it instead of a big swing, I guess you can say. That's the biggest thing. So
how did the energy of both home runs affect you and your team moving forward?
Yeah, I think they were big. I think we had a lot of big plays tonight that kind of shifted the momentum or built the momentum, and that's big. I mean, I think this weekend is a big weekend to get us ready for the postseason, and I think if we treat the next 2 games how we treated this game, kind of like a playoff mentality, I think we'll build some momentum and start rolling. So that's the biggest thing.
Has the playoff mentality been here the whole back half of the season, or has it just been coming off of 2 series wins where it was against UW and now you're entering Washington State?
Yeah, I think we definitely go out there trying to win for sure. I think the past couple of games there's been a different mentality. I liked what I saw with our team this past weekend. I think we showed some improvement in some areas that we've been working on, especially with just being able to be consistent throughout the whole game, kind of just line things up, build momentum. And so I think, yeah, this weekend hopefully we'll continue to build off of that and kind of use that playoff momentum, playoff mentality. So.